Good evening, this is Nerdist to Human, and welcome back to our Teutonic Rebels campaign. And you join us outside Palanga, where last time, oh yes, a Crusader noble arrived. Here is Philip, the apparently loyal adulterer. Not sure those two mix all that well, but there we are. Loyal to the king at the very least, if not to his missus. But an incompetent attacker and a pathetic besieger. This guy is not necessarily as strong as you might well imagine. A big pile of French religious fanatics, the worst kind of religious, actually quite good religious fanatics, it should be said. But they got some dismounted French archers. They've got some of the mounted French archers, the lesser seen mounted French archer. But we will hopefully be able to take those down. We do have ourselves new forces arriving from the Viking territories, and yet more and more and more. Now, obviously, yeah, Palanga itself is under siege against a fairly tough force. We'll continue that siege as long as they don't attack us in the field. But yes, I think that situation should be dealt with before too long. As for Riga, well, of course, we are just squatting on the bridge. Not our best force, it should be said, but it will certainly do the job on the bridge. Whilst, yes, our new conquest over here, Lister, which we did start the game with, by the way. Yes, that's looking strong enough to hold itself, but not really too much of an aggressive force. Though probably the most exciting thing here today is Novgorod. We are ready to head in and snipe that one off. Now, they do have plenty of armies around. There's another full stack over here in Pskov, but alright, I'll be very happy to grab that off of them. Last time, of course, we did take out the Poles. Lvov falling back to us at long last. Mongols, though, floating around at Pinsk with a fair few forces. Not looking so strong over here, so maybe they're all quite far forward. So we'll see about that. We've got our Polish chaps from last time who joined us, Radoslaw and Joachim. And those two will gather the forces in the next turn, and they'll send their armies off against the Mongols. But, alright, yes, there's also Skapti of Tasalik over here, down the bridge at Hadrunda. We'll give them one more turn to see if they want to poke us. If not, we'll head into there. Got to keep a close eye on Lithuania, though. Seen plenty of their armies around when I've got some troops towards the border. So we need to be a bit careful. But they are largely surrounded by the Teutonic Order still, so that might be keeping them busy. For the time being, though, it's time to get on with our key bit of battle at the start of the day, which is Novgorod, which shouldn't be too much of a fight, actually. It's 3 trebuchets and crossbow militia to spear militia. Nonetheless, it's going to be an important scalp, so let's head in and take it. We head on in then with a huge pile of potential opportunities here. They're not actually guarding the wall, so might actually be a good idea to not bother sending any of these guys, because they'll probably flee the moment that we grab any of these positions. But we'll send them all in anyway, just to minimise the positions that they can attack. It's largely going to be this ram, but if we can get this open nice and early, that should mean that we can pick them off. So you know what, we'll take the few light knocks, and with the ladders getting near, and yeah, those guys running over here, I'm going to start moving my infantry forward. Are they getting out? Are they trying to get out? I'm not sure that's... I don't know what they're doing, but it's not going to work. They're soon going to be splattered by a smashed up gate. And indeed, with the gate going down, they're just going to run straight out, which kind of works, actually, because now they're not going to be in control of the tower anymore. And at this point, yeah, we can just run on down and get them surrounded. This is kind of perfect, actually. Well done, lads. You're utter numpties. We're going to get you surrounded pretty darn quickly. Anytime you want to climb down, there we go. Get into those spear militia chaps. That will be absolutely marvellous. You can see here lots and lots of our men getting there. The towers are not on anymore, and that's pretty much going to get them wavering and collapsing. I think I just saw some trebuchet shots, though. Let's bear that in mind. Do have some trebuchets. There's the siege works. Weirdly, they haven't set anything up over there. Okay, got to bear all that in mind, but they are routing immediately. And with the trebuchet found and being hunted down, then we will very, very quickly get on top of them if we are lucky. Nowhere near the plaza. No, 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 no. These cav need to keep on pushing through and mopping up this unit. I think their job is actually to take care of the trebuchet somewhere else, but that trebuchet is just about going to land in time. These guys are eager and pursuing. That's fine by me. Just get us back over here. Get back on top of those trebuchets and make sure they're done. All infantry should be piling into those crossbow militia at this point. And that should hopefully be all of that dealt with. The trebuchet, as long as they are pinned, I don't really care if they're on the plaza and able to fight, that's fine and dandy. All the infantry should be running over here. Thank you very much, Jibby McGee. They're now shooting at you. You utter numpties. So, okay, those trebuchets are fine. Let's not worry about them. Let's just get on top of these guys. And I think, yeah, this isn't going to last very long. Here comes the cavalry charge into the crossbow militia. And I think Novgorod have really been caught on their asses here, haven't they? Yeah, they seem like they're not in the best situation. You get away from those spear militia for a moment. We'll just get one of them on top of those guys. This battle is pretty much already over. And down goes the enemy general. They are down to the last few men now. And yes, we've lost just a handful here, but the silver shields certainly helping us out. And with this, we have ourselves a massive scout. We are in deep, deep fuchsia pink here today. Always a good omen. And I was going to say always the victory. There's a unit left. Someone needs to go and hunt it down. Is it one more trebuchet that's slowly plodding around? Yes, it is. A highly efficient victory then. Only 79 men lost for their capital. Oh, I am very pleased about this. And that puts us in a very good position for the end turn. Sack that for 10,000 monies. And I have a little bit of investment I can make. Number one, Orthodox Abbey. Goodbye. I like to just say we're removing the religious part of that because I quite like the architecture. But let's just pretend that was all about destroying that stuff. Okay, I'm actually going to ballista towers before I build the road because I need to, yeah, solidify my position, I would suggest. So, with that under our control, we can only get some basic units here, but get some retraining done in the short term. And yeah, I don't mind leaving these guys here. I mean, we can't quite get, we can get the cavalry to reinforce. It's not the worst thing in the world. I will actually send some of these guys down here just to help bolster this situation, because if we can just hold that bridge, that will hopefully be a bit of a kill zone for them. Alright, time for me to go around and spend some of the money. It looks like I've already been spending it at the end of last time, but there might well be a little bit more infrastructure that I can build. And the day is finally here. We're getting ourselves a candidate for adoptions because of our new generals. This is very nice indeed. Not the most spectacular set of traits, but some decent enough stats. Swordsmith Guild in Marienburg. Oh, that's a great place to have that as well. Factory announcements. Yes, we have some extra feeling of honour and loyalty from Gustav of Wesenmanna. Not surprising. Okay, yes, we are now able to get out some Polish knights and Polish nobles, and some and they were quite annoying to deal with. I imagine the AI won't be very fond of them either. There we are, number one on all the rankings. Look at all of this. That is absolutely magnificent. So Thorn down to 2 turns at this point, and no movement from the bridge here. These guys have decided they actually want to go over to Novgorod instead. Now, if that's the case, what troops do I actually have here? I didn't have... Okay, I probably will send... You know what, I'm quite happy to send them all there. I think it will be probably fine. Maybe we'll just send our Kazakhs down from there and our Boyar sons just to give us a little bit more of a cavalry poke in that part of the world. And if we can, yeah, we can get them from there to Novgorod. So we can reinforce the bridge. That's marvellous. Over here in this town, we can get some retraining. Although I think I'll just get my last 2 units here first. So a few more archers. Absolutely magnificent. As for everything else, well, it looks like our good friend is hiding in that bridge once again. I might need to get these guys off the boats and into that kind of part of the world. A new turn and a new candidate for adoption. I'll happily take that. Merchants Guild over in Stettin. Good stuff. Does that mean that you've been spawned around here? I didn't see where he appeared. Okay, it's fine. Q-Stall, that's a bit unfortunate. Mission success. Riga, free Polish knights by capital of Kalmar. Yeah, that's where this guy is at the very least. Okay, well, Polish knights in Kalmar. I'm not sure how they emerged, but they have pulled it off somehow. So we'll send them over there and we'll come and pick some people up. We're already picking up this Bit of cavalry who's going to head back over here. Okay, yes, so we're not quite with the funding that we need, but we might be able to find it with a bit of burning down. There is Thorn this coming turn, which will be absolutely magnificent. These guys are just wandering forward fairly aimlessly, but you know, I'm just moving up random units, really getting as far forward as possible. I saw our good old Frenchy friend who seemed to be heading off towards the the Lithuanians, which is of interest to us. They seem to be squaring up to us on this bridge and then decided not to. They can't quite make up their mind. And Tosno, yeah, they seem to be maybe thinking about Tosno. You know what? That's fine. We'll just get the ballista tower done here, and we'll think about moving onwards because, yeah, I don't know what kind of a force we need to take over these cities. I haven't got an awful lot of intel. I might be able to get around to there. As for Kulm, that looks okay. Maybe then, maybe just maybe, we want to start thinking, well, if this army's going to kill itself, we'll let them do that, but we'll probably send this army down towards Kulm in time. And from there, we can hopefully do some good work at clearing them out, because at some point we're going to need to make our move with those guys. As for our Polish forces, then, we've got Joachim here with his good friend Decimius. They're going to head on in to Subuke of Herat. And it does say night attack. Oh, I thought you could have a night attack. Is it the other lad who can do that? Maybe it is, you know. You, sir, you can attempt the night attack. Fine. We're going to use a slightly weaker army to take on this force. But these armies together can start moving towards the Mongol cities. It's not the strongest force, by the way. Some spear militia, town militia, really. A bit of trash. Mongol infantry, a couple of those. Some horse archers. Yep, I think we should be able to overwhelm them. Let's head in. Unfortunately for us, they get to start up on a massive hill. So we're going to try and do a bit of classic turn-in here. It's a bit of an awkward one, though, because, yeah, this mountain side is going to cause us a lot of problems if they want to use it well. So they're at the moment shuffling over this side. That's not what I wanted to see. Right now, they are exactly where I don't want them to be, on top of this hill, but they are slowly starting to turn as I bring myself around. So if I'm lucky, I might be able to end up on top of this hill. I don't mind if it's fairly even, but we might, if we're very lucky, push them down. Let's keep on moving. Well, it has been awkward to get into this position, but we have just about managed to get ourselves onto the hill here. Some Mongol heavy archers are going to come on in. We are exhausted, but if we can get some shots in on them, I'll be very, very happy with this little situation. Yeah, we've taken some fire now, but this is the weaker of the two forces, so hopefully they can do their job. There we are. We are now in the position we want to be, and I'm going to turn the flaming arrows off if I can actually find the archer unit. There you are. Excellent. They are now slightly down the hill, and we should be in a half decent position to, yeah, lay all of our missile fire on them. And it looks like the skirmishing is about to end because the Mongol light lancers are charging into our crossbow militia, which is going to end terribly for all of them. Let's just go and get these Norse guys moving through the lines, but we are exhausted at this point, so let's hope that that doesn't break us in general. Obviously, I'm not surprised to see that unit broke, or those two units broke as they got hit. We're probably need to bring our missiles back behind the line at this point, but we're in the position we want to be now. We've at least got ourselves onto the hill, and that's a good position to be in. They can continue to skirmish with us if they want. We now got those guys behind the lines, and that should be a much healthier situation. Let's just go and make sure you are back here. Thank you very much. And yeah, we'll keep these between the lines just to make sure we've got a movable force. They are now moving further down that hill. It's a little bit awkward, but yeah, the light lancers have run into the spear trap on the wing, and as ever, Mongols are a bit awkward to take on, especially when we're lacking cavalry, which we very much are in this part of the world right now. We are trying to reinforce that situation, so for now, piles of missiles will have to do the job, but with us into a new organisation, we should, yeah, be okay to start shuffling back forward and start peppering their lines again. It would be nice at some point to actually engage this battle properly, but we're going to have to continue with this awkward skirmishing style affair at least until they finally make contact with their goddamn spears, which they finally are. And we've got halberds at the front, and halberds, even these are only militia lads, are probably going to be the stronger of the units. But you have got plenty of missiles in here. This is going to do a lot of damage to our weaker of the two armies. The plan was to originally take these guys on with my better force, but you know what? It's all absolutely fine. We'll just have to figure out how to organise our forces. But there's the general. So let's just make sure these guys get on top of that bodyguard, because they are, my more mobile force. You can just get into them. Now, as for this force, you also bring yourself across that bodyguard. That flank's a lot safer now we're on a cliff, so we need not worry about that quite as much. Halberdiers, start moving forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There are some breaks here, but I think in general what you want to do, just kind of move our men forward if we can. Let's just get the general moving. They are starting to cause a few problems. So let's just charge into those ballistas if possible. General's going to get on top of his as well. Ooh, big hit from their ballista on us. Don't really like that, but it will just have to be the reality of the situation for the time being. See if our Polish stag can manage to pull this off, or if our exhaustion is going to get the better of us. It actually looks like the mass rout is going to be for them on this occasion. Their general is basically the only guy still fighting. So let's pull our general out of that. And just get all the infantry in on their general. Our general can charge into his Mongol infantry. You are on top of the ballista. That's just what I want to see. And at this point, all missiles into that general as well. He's really all that matters at this stage. Shoot him down, lads. Shoot him down. Unfortunately, our army is very slow moving, and basically it's very hard to pin this guy down as a result. Lack of cav is not helping us either, and they're managing to reinforce him by accident as they do regain some of their morale. It's a messy battle, but with the general just clearing off those Mongol infantry at the flank, let's just get us into him again, and I think that should be absolutely fine. Mongol infantry are going to gradually chop out those infantry, but that's fine. I don't really mind anymore. Get them into that flank and just make sure we get him dealt with. That general was not fled, but he is down to 4, so bit of a bizarre one here, but this should set us up very nicely if we can manage to get on top of all of this and finish it off. Let's get these Polish cavalry over here, the Polish nobles, over to this flank, and at that point, down he goes. So many missiles, mostly our own at this point, and that's it. All missiles, stop what you're doing, just chase them down. Ready. Got our cavalry ahead of the game here, so that should put us in a very good position to make sure we mop them all up. I think all that remains actually at this stage is this Mongol infantry, so let's make sure we charge him down with the general, and that should be the battle right there. Not quite. I think it might be the other Mongol infantry who was still fighting. So second death charge to finish the day, and this time it is indeed the end. Make sure they don't come back. They're a very good unit indeed, but with our cavalry mostly having got on top of them, looks like we've won the day. In the end then, a clear enough victory, but we did lose a fair few men. This is always the backup army, but alright, I would say job done. With that first victory in play, then immediately we do need to go and take care of Tokokwan. A nice name there, but soon to be a dead name. So we'll take him out. Hopefully, nothing too complicated. The follow-up battle would be in deep fuchsia pink, and that was always a good omen. So we spread out our forces and hope that this one would be a little bit of a simpler affair. Certainly looks that way, albeit the cavalry taking a little bit of an early spattering. Spin militia at the rear trying to deal with the ballista, but to be honest, mostly here we should be able to shoot them down from up on the hill. Quite a bit of fire and counter fire, but in general, we've got the general exactly where we want him, which is on top of these ballista, on top of these archers. They're now not shooting, and we can let our actual missiles run behind the lines and eventually finish these guys off. I don't think this one's going to be an awful much of a bother. Yep, indeed, they're already routing. This is excellent. And I think the battle's pretty much already over. A very efficient victory then, only 51 men lost in the follow-up, and with that we should have a fairly nice stroll to the next city. And with that job done, then we move on to Pinsk. I'm going to get my stronger army here for the time being. The plan was to besiege this with the weaker force while we moved forward, but actually there's quite a lot of decent units here. So we'll use this as a backup and see if we can continue to push on to Turov, but that might cause us problems. We'll see about that. Nonetheless, the slightly stronger army here with the Pivvy's crossbowmen and the dismounted feudals should be able to deal with anything they can throw at us. To be honest with you, after a few turns of sieging them, if they've lost a few men, I'll be happy to accept moving over to the weaker force. But I think it's probably a good time to go and head over here, actually. Now, we could attempt a night attack and keep him out of it, but no. We want to take them on. Now, Order Spearmen. Not the strongest thing in the world, but they are pretty solid, all things considered. Some Halbruder, there are some trebuchets, but the first army can hopefully be taken out nice and swiftly before the reinforcements arrive. Now they have, mangonels, I forgot those were in this. Very nice. Inaccurate against troops, of course, yes, but yeah, we can probably take that one out. They're going to be slow to arrive, the Nyekin will be quick to arrive. Let's bear that in mind. Aspiring commander, and if for command, trustworthy. Nothing too much then for battle. Okay, well, this looks like a very nice pick off. Let it in. And as is traditional now, the magical speed moving trebuchets are into action, and this is so OP it's ridiculous because it leaves the men behind, the exact men that you actually want to run down. So yeah, quite irritating that, it should be said, because in come flaming missiles straight away. That's really not what we want to see at all. Oh man, that was a big old hit. We lost 5 of our good cav there. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, well, at the very least, we've charged straight into those guys. Let's get some of these cav out to the flanks then. You're going to continue that charge. That's fine by me. Order Spearmen come in there. They're going to charge with their cav. Okay, no need to worry about that. Let's just get these cav back behind the lines and just keep them pulled out of position, because really all I want to be doing is getting on top of those trebuchets. Once I've done that, don't really care about the rest of this nonsense. Ooh, that's so many dismounted feudal knights. That was over 20. That was a crushing blow, but at the very least those trebuchets are now gone, and yeah, missiles, they can do their filthy work. Cool. Halbruder then need to just run into our proper infantry. They've got no charge in them at this stage, so they won't be in a very good position. Spearmen have caught up with us. Bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Trebuchets are dealt with, down to 1, down to nothing. And let's just get these guys into a flanking position. Without any cav, or just with that 1 cav, then we should be focusing on the Halbruder, making sure we've got ourselves turned around and ready for all of that nonsense. Prussian archers are also fleeing. That's good. We can take them on in our infantry battle and absolutely crush them. We have a second line of very strong guys here, by the way, so we'll have fresh units for the second round, and that is very much what I want to see. Order Spearmen are here. You can get on top of those Halbruder, seeing as you've got yourself in a nice position. You charge into the back. That will be absolutely magnificent, and they will be going down. Oh yeah, right, it looks like their cav are going to try and deal with us. That's okay, we'll just charge them down with the Huskars. Huskars are kind of perfect to take on other cavalry. To be frank, they've got all the armour busting axes you could ever ask for. So in comes the charge then. Order Militia. Obviously our spears, but they are going to be completely crushed by all of this. They are trying to get around to the missiles at this point, but we did get ourselves nicely blocked off by the building, which was always very much a part of my plan. You see, I'm a clever sausage. You guys maybe stop what you're doing at this point. Just reorganise yourself very slightly. We need to charge these guys down, make sure we're on top of them as much as possible. But we've pretty much slain the first army. Now we've got the reinforcements to go and deal with. On to round 2 then, and immediately those Livonian auxiliaries need to get demolished. They're basically Pivvy's crossbowmen, so yeah, straight into them with a big old chunky charge. And since they were right at the front, probably good that we got on top of them. These guys once again have slid forward on the battle map, so they do need dealing with. I'm just going to try and... Yeah, that's fine. Oh, these cavalry are getting charged by their cavalry. That's the Nyekin, though. You can absolutely smash the Nyekin. No need to fear them at all. So yeah, as long as we're just interfering with these guys, I'm quite happy with this old scenario. And the Nyekin aren't really going to win out against us anyway. So yeah, just keep moving forward to make sure we are on top of the important unit. They are somehow demolishing us, and I don't really know how, because Nyekin are much weaker than us. Catapult needs dealing with, guys. Please make sure that it has been poked. At the very least, that all its infantrymen are left a mile behind back here, which is currently what the situation seems to be. Jesus Christ, Christ's Knights! And that was their enemy general. I don't think we did that. That was definitely them. That was excellent. Okay, Christ's Knights. Christ's chin has been burnt to a cinder by his own catapult. It's just what we wanted to see. Okay, so yeah, with Christ's Knight, that is that the general? Is that a separate thing? No, because that's the general. Whatever, anyway, I don't know the Teutonic Order very well on this game. It's been a long time since I've had a look at them. We should really have a little go at playing them at some point, but let's maybe get behind the lines because our cavalry are going to be struggling at this point. How have they lost to the Nyekin? I have no idea. These guys are light, by the way, 758. Good morale, mind you. We should be winning that, but maybe we're just a bit knackered. We've already run around plenty before that point. Well, anyway, all is fine and dandy like lemon shandy because we've got ourselves tons and tons of men to fight. And they've hit their own cav in the rear as they arrived once again. Get the Order spearmen into them. They're in a stupid position. We'll get our cav back out to the flank. They're going to do lots and lots of horrible, horrible work by charging into us, by the way. Yeah, even the most solid guys like this really take some hefty damage in that circumstance. Nonetheless, we have an awful lot of proper infantry here. We'll be absolutely fine. Okay, missiles doing their lovely, lovely work. We do. Ooh, okay, yeah, need to get them dealt with once again because that's a big line of dead lads. Yep. They're doing as much damage to me as to themselves as to me at this point, but we do need to make sure we get around and get them dealt with. Awkward way around all of this nonsense. I think at this point maybe we just need to start running our infantry forward. That's their own sword brethren they've taken out this time. Yeah, we have to go the long way round because they were in the way. Let's get on top of that catapult now. And General McGee, are you safe back there? I don't know if you're safe enough back there. You get on top of those Nyekin who have come back after dealing with our general or dealing with some of the other guys. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everyone run forward and kill them, please, because these missiles are starting to really wind me up. Right. Yeah, reinforcement troops managed to arrive and are causing us problems. Nonetheless, we'll take a few more hits before we deal with them, but yeah, let's just get our general into their general, get on top of them. Keep moving forward, guys. Just make sure we have them dealt with. Unfortunately, they're about to charge into us again. Christ's chin, we need to deal with this pretty darn soon. All infantry into this. These guys are at least all fleeing at this point. The battle is nearly won. It's just a few units who haven't quite fled. So we have the general here ASAP, and then hopefully we can mop them up. But we only have these guys to do the mopping with. So maybe let's get the mop out of the bucket. Something like that anyway. And in the end, we have taken them down. Heroic victory. 451 men lost. A little bit awkward at times with all those catapults, but Captain Harold and Herman van Darmstadt, who was, yes, shot down by his own missiles. That was excellent. I think he ran in front of it, to be honest, because he was nowhere near the actual infantry line when it happened, but I'm quite happy with that. Excellent work, although we will definitely need some new cav. And with that, the city of Honda just lies empty for us to sack. And with that, we have a little bit of money to spend on more armies for the next city. I was ready to end our turn, but Torgils Masson over here has himself a bit of an opportunity. Assuming they actually want to fight, because yeah, they've got all their siege equipment hiding outside. Fine, they don't quite want to do this. We can attempt a night attack and pick these guys off though, so it might leave us in a dodgy position, but I might as well try and pick them off. Step 1 complete then. We've taken out those forces. just a few catapults, but we'll do the same thing again for Captain Manfred Man over here, who has a bombard, a few more trebuchets and some catapults. This guy, who, yeah, currently won't be involved, does have a few more catapults in the city, but nice to take out as many as we can. Let's hit on him. Unfortunately, we did get a few of our units splattered by some cannon fire, but apart from that, I will happily take that result. So we'll just put it under siege, because why not? If they want to come out and face us, you know what? I fancy our chances. Why not? Let's give them a go. It's not the toughest force of all time. Now, as for the next fortress here, yeah, there is a full stack over there. So what we need to do is grab a terrible unit and go and have a little nosy around. Okay, there's 2 stacks there. So if we are going to attack Riga, well, we'll just besiege it out for the time being. We do have more armies coming, and actually that's probably what we need to be doing. Make sure he can hold off the force at Duneberg, because that's probably their last proper chunky castle, actually. They have themselves, yeah, Minsk over there, and they are otherwise kind of running out, aren't they? Well, yes, of course, Palanga that we've got under siege, and Thorn over here, which is 1 turn from dying now. So hopefully, if they do sally forth, that'll be pretty much 0 losses for us. And at Thorn, they do actually want to take us on. It's going to be not a sally, but an attack from the Allied army. Fine, that doesn't make it quite as brutal for these guys, because they're not going to be walking out of the town getting shot. But nonetheless, we'll be able to shoot them down. Let's head into that. Yeah, this is just 1 clergyman and a load of nutcases. Fine, let's take them down. As you can probably see from the timer here, we've pretty much won this battle before the battle even started. Right at the death, they've decided to actually move forward into range, but when in range of the AI reinforcements, to be honest, we are pretty much just waiting for the timer to run out at this point, because they have not moved forward. As long as they've still got Livonians, they probably won't bother. So we're going to stand here on the hill, and this battle is going to be ours. Well, we nearly lost as many men as them, but Captain Helmet has managed to at least pull off some kind of success. Another day, another candidate for adoption. We'll happily take it. And a Thieves Guild. No, I've just burnt most of those down. A noble life ends. Ah, Admiral Hakon in the sea. Okay, this is the guy who's currently blockading Riga. That's fine. Okay, we've got this army over here. And is that the one we actually want for Riga? It might be, but actually, what I probably want to do is send this lad into that force so we can go and deal with those guys. Relations report. Apparently, our relations have worsened, which is amazing, because I didn't know that they weren't completely abysmal. So I'd say that is a positive of sorts. Okay, so with that, Thorn has finally fallen. We do have, yeah, some reinforcement cavalry coming onto this part of the world. That is excellent. Yes, we've got this guy as well. Gustav of Westmana is back from Jazdal, and that means we will gradually bring more and more of our forces towards them. I'm going to move this guy down south. Yeah, we'll go move in that direction, and we'll bring this guy over here. Now, okay, we will, yeah, he's going to catch up. This is a cavalry-heavy army, but we're taking on the Mongols now, so it's probably not the worst idea in the world. Bring him to come and support that effort, and it looks like we've got plenty of men at this stage. How many did you lose before? A few, so we might as well get these guys in to reinforce you up to full experience at this stage for them, which is absolutely lovely. More and more units, though, are going to come and reinforce us. Yazdal as well. Yeah, there are some Pavis crossbowmen, which would be nice to join in the party. Those are the other cav we want to see, by the way. So we can maybe just choose who we want. For now, I'll just put some of the unpronounceables into that force. Now, once I've dealt with this tiny little force, yes, look forward to fighting me. You clearly don't, though, do you? So, alright, we'll just grab, these are, I would say, apart from the Burger Pikemen, we can just send them, because we just want to mop up this guy. He's finally dead, thank Jeebus. And with that, yeah, we are good. I'm going to send them up in that direction, actually, over to Marienburg. Not the worst plan. And from here, oh yeah, we can get ourselves a few more of our units. And, well, I'm going to have a little look around and see what we've got to do here. We've got 3 turns until Palanga falls to us. So I suspect it's probably time for us to make sure we've got everything in order. We are really starting to turn the screw now then. We've got Radoslaw over here besieging Lithupania. That is excellent news. We will get all of our preparations ready for that. Gustav Vestmann is heading over to Turov while Pinsk is still under siege from Yakim. So this one is ready to attack should we want to, but at the moment it looks a bit too chunky, although we are doing some good bits of damage to their units. Down to 112 at this point. That's very nice indeed. Lots of extra cav around now to help us out, which is excellent. You can just squat, just squat next to the army, that's fine. You can reinforce us in good time. Same with these guys over here, yep, these crossbowmen coming in. Yet more cav, we do actually need more cav up north. So we're going to send you over to this old town over here. And we are going to start moving over very, very swiftly actually. Now, what do we want to do with you? We have a tiny bit of money left, so we'll just get a couple units sorted out just to make sure we got some garrison in the next turn. Over here we have Captain Conrad, who could have a good go at poking Lithuania. We've not attacked them yet, so I think that's where we'll be going next. Over here, Teutonic Fortress, 2 turns from Palanga falling to us. That one could be of interest. Over in Königsberg, it is mostly just the trash we've been sending eastward. But I say trash, we've got silver armour on a lot of these. I've been investing a lot in my armour during this campaign. It's really paying off. We've sorted around our armies over here. We've got this force now besieging Riga. And instead, we've got Turgils with mostly a force of, slightly more Norwegian guys heading on forwards. Now, what I probably want to do, actually, is swap around some of these cav. I could do some of the horse archers in this force. Nonetheless, for the time being, we'll be fine. Now, there is a Novgorodi army over here who are just looking at a guy at the watchtower. But we are gathering huge piles of units here so that we can get over to the bridge at Lister. It might be rubbish units, but we'll see what we can do with them. A couple more of those guys. This force seems to be heading down south. I'm not really sure what it's trying to achieve. But yeah, we do seem to have now got ourselves enough men to, just fill up Novgorod. So we'll have to decide what we're going to do with that. Because if we can outflank these guys, the Tosno troops, likewise, are probably trying to get themselves pretty safe at this stage. Okay, things are coming together. And I think it's pretty time to start the war with Lithuania. Because we haven't done very much of this yet. There's more in the city. So I have to see about that. I don't know these troops very well at all. But we should be fine. Now there are, unfortunately, some 5 experienced lads. 6 experienced lads. All very nice indeed. So, only problem we might have is a lack of missiles. We actually don't have any crossbows in this force. So Lithuania might be an issue, but we should be heavy enough to deal with them in general. They've got the axes, but what about this general? He's feeling pearly. And we can say 6 command at the moment. Born Conqueror is very nice, but yeah, actually he's only 18, isn't he? He's got some nice traits apart from the poorly, but I think in general we should be fine. We should be able to pick these guys off as they don't have a general. Let's head on in. Unfortunately, they immediately spawned right next to each other, which means they're going to have a good chance to get all their forces into one huge mass. That could make this more problematic than originally planned. Okay, so horse archers out of the front right now. I probably just need to try and clear off their cav with mine before this gets too messy. So yeah, I think we'll probably grab our forces, split them off, and they're currently standing on that little hillock, but I might be able to pull them forward if I get these cavalry used properly. It's probably well worth noting that these guys actually have more units or more men in their units than we do. So we might have a few more problems against these guys than we maybe think. The units are not equal. Archers are reloading. Are they shooting us or are they shooting them? Wow, we've lost a lot already. We do not have the strength that they do. Okay, I think we're just going to get our infantry line moving forward because this is not looking good so far. God darn Lithuania. Tartar Lancers, yeah, just charge on in. You go into Cantabrian Circle, and we'll just see how all of that goes. You gotta charge! What are you doing, Lancers? You had a moment there and you just blew it. Brilliant stuff. They're all dead. Okay, well, that's slightly problematic, isn't it? Shall we just try and get these guys into that kind of position and get these infantry moving on in? We'll just have to do this the good old-fashioned junky way. At this point, it's just going to turn into a massive melee, and that's probably better for me, to be honest. Huskarls coming on into these Baltic archers. Hopefully, that helps us have a break at the front of this battlefield. They have an awful lot of skirmishy units, though, and that is causing me problems. This is a bad matchup in terms of armies. We are very heavy, but unless we can pin them, that isn't going to help us all that much. Okay, they are routing our cav, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll just have to go with the chunking affair and see if that can do the job for us. So, there are routes, quite a few routes actually. I don't like the routing infantry, that's not good. Get on top of those guys. This isn't going very well, is it? No. The problem is, if we're going to go for the heavy option, we need to be heavier than this, I suspect. Nonetheless, there is a route for them. That's some of the town militia. I think they were like 6 experience. So, could be better, could be worse. It's a really strange old battle, this. I have no idea who is winning. In places, it is me. Certainly, this flank seems to be in my favour. We are starting to wrap around them over here. Their centre cannot hold. Indeed, it cannot. Get more of them in that position. Our infantry will win if we're in an infantry battle, but we're not generally always in that. There's a lot of cavalry around causing problems as well. Get into them. We're going to pretty much lose this entire army whether we win or not. So let's just throw them all in and see where it goes. No idea what's happening over there, but somehow we've managed to chase the militia all the way out in that part of the world. Not sure it's a terrible thing. But there we are. Viking Raiders way out of position over there. They've got themselves killed. Probably was a trap. Well done, everyone involved. Get on top of those horsemen. Their cavalry's routing us at this flank, even though we were kind of winning the centre, and now we're not. I don't know. Yeah, they do seem to be gaining the upper hand. I have no idea what's going on, sir. We'll just have to see if we can continue fighting even vaguely sensibly in places. There's a general. That's some cav, that's some routing. I don't know what else is left holding. It's pretty much just these guys now, but there are some odd units here or there too. Unfortunately, we are routing en masse now, and this is probably a good example for us of bringing along a general and bringing on a slightly more balanced force. I've just been sending armies forward here, and this one has not got the balance we need to take on Lithuania. Gosh, these guys can be darn brutal. It's been a long time since I faced them, so a nice little taster of things to come, but we've got plenty more armies where this one came from, so let's not worry too much. Not really sure what our best job to do is at this stage, because we do have a few units over on this flank, and by a few I mean I think it's just these two actually. So yeah, you go onto guard, see if you can manage to hold off. General's back in the battle. Is the general around? Yeah, the general is around. This is who we want to kill. Just go and kill him. Go and kill Mr. General McGee over there, and if we can kill him, then at least there'll be something out of this god-darn affair. Yeah, the general flees, and with that, we are gone. Okay, I need to be a little bit more thoughtful with my armies in future, but that's okay. We've got to take the odd loss here or there. They did lose a good 750 men, but that is not enough for all of that. It's a new day, and it's time for some new assaults instead. We've got 3 of these Mongol territories under siege at this point, which is absolutely marvellous. More and more reinforcements flooding into the region, which is great news. Pinsk will obviously take a little time, but Turov, that'll be quite simple next time. And this one over here, that should be on the simpler side as well, you'd think. Let's have a night attack. And that'll be fine. We'll just sack that. We'll do a bit of merging. We'll get the forces back together just a little bit, and we'll move those ever onwards. Now, as for, yes, the good old city of Honda over here, we've got Skapti. Yes, good old Steve of Milton Keynes, and he's going to head straight over to Leader and make sure that those guys are not in such a good position. So reinforcements can just hang out in this forest over here, just in case we're ready for any of that nonsense. Knaus, though, yeah, plenty of troops over there for the Teutonic Order, so we just need to make sure we got enough hanging around. So I'm going to send the trash over from Königsberg into that part of the world. We do have some more Pavese crossbows, which we clearly needed for the last battle. So there we are, Palangalo just one turn away. That is good news, because we're basically running out of money with me having got way too many armies on the field. Now, as for Torgils over here, he is in an interesting position. Now, I don't want to go and take these guys on and pull them out of their fortress, but I am interested to see what this army does, because, yeah, what is their current diplomacy? They are enemies with Novgorod, so we'll see if they want to kill each other. Then I'll move over to the bridge, like I said I would, because that is something I would like to do, but I don't want to miss the chance to let them deal with that problem for me. So that'll be marvellous, I would say. So get some horse archers into there. They might well take us on, they might well kill us, but we're going to do the best we can to try and push in this general direction. You know what? Seeing as they've got all of that over there, let's go and get... Yeah, you know what? You join as well. Although don't just lift the siege. Let's get us some reinforcements in there and hope that we can deal with that. And actually, this town down here is starting to be close to well positioned, which is a very strange set of affairs. However, over here at the docks, yeah, we keep on getting more and more family members, which is marvellous. And yeah, the seas seem pretty safe now, because Riga and Palanga are the last two that we need to take over. They're both under siege. There are no boats arriving, so that's looking pretty good. I'm going to send you, actually, sirs, over to this part of the world. We're going to need some crossbows for you, mind you. So, yeah, we can actually afford the Pavese, or these are just basic crossbows, actually. Nonetheless, they will do. We're going to need them. So, actually, yeah, you come over here. That's probably the more immediate situation. Those will be coming from Prague, I think. Although, as I say, starting to run out of money. So yeah, we do need to start getting those moving around. Anarchists over here, lovely. You fill up the boats, and again, get more armies that can be delivered in this part of the world. They should be in time to do something useful. As I say, it's just trying to get the balance at this point. So we have column under siege. This, just waiting to see what happens. We'll see if Palanga decides to sally forfeit us. And yes, I just need to organise these forces. Chulov can also fall next turn. Unfortunately, my scouting nobles have got themselves caught out, and they didn't manage to kill anyone. That's rather annoying, because whilst there were only 6 of them, they were very, very well experienced. Oh, of course, they're going to take on my random rebel force who's just standing on. Albeit, yes, their tower. Fine, that's kind of reasonable. But even so, they should be attacking each other, for Pete's sake. No, they're not going to attack them, but they are going to attack me. So let's go deal with Palanga after all this time. And that'll be very nice to take. So Peter von Gungren is going to come on in. Quite a few Livonians. Nothing too much. Let's just bear in mind there is a catapult, though, Thomas. As for this guy, he's got Drill Master. That's good. Marks of War is notable, mind you. But other than that, nothing too interesting. Let's hit him. Let's see what they've got in store for us then. It looks like the General's bodyguard is just going for a death and murder charge. Maybe just get yourselves on guard, lads, and maybe get yourselves steady and ready for this, because whilst there is a rock and a tree there... Okay, he stopped just in front of you. Yeah, there wasn't too much more to stop you, and I think he really should have anticipated that a little bit quicker. Nonetheless, let's get those cav out to the flank. Let's do more with these as well. We will... try and make sure we smash into them in good time. So get them moving. All the cav just running into position, and the general's probably taking a few light taps with those crossbows. That's fine by me. But infantry in general is going to be pretty darn solid when it comes to this. Sword Brethren over there. That's very nice. Okay. Into the flanks, please, with these guys. Into the flanks. I think we can probably... Oh, there's some General's coming out to meet us, is he? That's fine. Let's get all of you into him. Big charge. And as for everyone else, that'll be fine. Let's go and get our actual general unit out in this part of the world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll be absolutely fine. No. You don't get to go and help him out. You don't get to go and help him at all. You get to go and die. These are spearmen, but we're just going to charge them anyway. Because why not? In fact, why not indeed? Why, let's maybe not do that, because we don't need to do that. We can just send our infantry forward into them instead. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just get all of these guys forward. You, yeah, press into them as well. This is fine. We've got them in a really bad bind. He has no true something. He's gone anyway. So I suspect we've already won this because we've got these guys around the flanks. And at that point, yeah, it's just mop up time. Not official victory just yet, but yeah, these guys are pretty much about to run, aren't they? I would say so. Let's get some of these Huskars on top of some of these spears. I'm sure that will go perfectly fine for me. And that should pretty much be the victory right there. If we just about do this right, they should still open this gate. We are far enough away now that they are going to do it. Oh, excellent. Yeah. Run us in, lads, because there is still a catapult in here. We had pretty much one, but it is just this catapult we needed to deal with. And if we can catch them at the gate, then that will be absolutely perfect. I think they're in big trouble. Oh yeah, I think the general's managed to get himself back. That's a tower activated annoyingly, but let's just break this unit by piling on through. There we go. That should be the tower. Should be the tower gone. There we are. That's the tower gone. Get on top of them as much as possible because, yeah, there's still the plaza back there and we pretty much can kill everyone apart from this general at this point. So let's just go and deal with them. There we are. That's lovely. With the crossbowmen bringing the ladders inside the first set of walls, obviously the second set is not under our control, so we're just going to try and shoot them down here with the crossbows, but it doesn't seem like we're managing to pull that one off. So, alright lads, forget all of that nonsense. Go and grab the tower, please. Are they gonna listen? No listening here. There we go. One day they'll follow the instructions, but they're finding it a little bit awkward. Because, of course, yes, they didn't think they could actually fit on that stupid game. It does do some nonsense sometimes. Let's just send some Huskars in to finish the job, and this is another very nice moot field settlement for us to go and take over. Chop them down, my good Huskars, chop them down. I'll lose a few of our men doing it, but we might as well finish the job while we got the opportunity. So there we are, clear victory for us. And yeah, the Teutonic Order are looking pretty weak now. Let's end the day then with a simple enough victory over here in Turov. Gustav of Vestmanna continues his push eastward. Excellent stuff. And with that, ooh, a little bit more mines. We'll probably just get the road at this point. We want to get ourselves moving and get more opportunities over here. Actually, this army isn't quite set up because we just wanted to add in our Pavis crossbowmen because I have learned something. I'm not saying a lot. Okay, we don't have an awful lot of cavalry in this force, to be honest, but there's not a lot we can do. Let's go and stand on this bridge just near Chernobyl, and that will give us options to move against other Mongol cities next time. We'll probably immediately go and put this force on this bridge. I don't really know what's in this part of the world, but we'll find out soon enough, I suppose. And yeah, odd Mongol floating around, but I think we're in a good position here. Leader under siege as well. Let's just go and knock that down immediately as well. Good. Sacking that is very nice indeed. That gives us, yeah, more and more pushing in this direction, kind of causing more problems for Lithuania and the Teutonic Order. They are getting a bit isolated, a bit stuck in odd positions here, and we are getting increasingly significant numbers of forces around. Palanga is obviously ours now, minimal losses there, and reinforcements in terms of lots of generals. Every turn I'm getting a new general now, which is excellent. Candidate for adoption after candidate for adoption. We will have a new army to go deal with the likes of Palanga. Not Palanga, sorry. Over with this town that caused me all the problems earlier. That's fine. So yes, more and more units arriving on the scene. We're going to have to organise these forces. I do not want to head into that capital without a general. So we're going to bring these to the bridge. Make sure we get everyone organised properly. Damn it. And these are the Pavis lads. Yes, excellent. We're going to get those controlled by some proper generals and make this work properly. There are yet more coming. There's yet another general. There'll probably be another one before the next day comes along. But, oh yeah, I'm feeling very happy about all of this. We'll just leave these guys to besiege this. They can move north when they're done, because I'm hoping that, yeah, we can mop up more and more of these Mongol forces in the coming turns. Now, Philip, there's our friend Philip. Hello, Philip. Yes, I've been honoured to defeat you. Torgis Masson has a slightly changed army composition now, by the way. He's gained himself a few missile troops just to make sure we're a bit more balanced. And, okay, I think the last thing I need to do is just organise a force over here that we can send over to that bridge. Now, we really don't have an awful lot of proper quality. That's kind of what this army is for. There's a few... Oh, dear. Okay, well, we're going to go and set up on that bridge anyway. And we're going to go pull them into some fun battles. Probably be nice if I had those guys there, but they're not going to be there, at least for the first of those affairs. We'll get some of these pikes. That'll be excellent. And after that, it is a case of how many of these do we have? Let's just make sure we've got any 2 experienced lads straight way. You're lacking in terms of shield, but you know, it's fine. Experience is counting for a loss, or at least it normally does anyway. Yeah, let's just send a few more infantry, and then we're just going to get ourselves a nice pile of missiles. Not sure we have enough, to be honest, but there's some 2 experience over there, and we have ourselves some horse archers as well as 1 light cav just to chase things down. There we go. They're going to get completely destroyed, but if nothing else, it's going to be an excellent distraction, because over here we have them under siege as well, and that's just what we want to be seeing. We've got enough forces now to be causing all sorts of chaos. Good, 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 good. You might as well join up here since we lost that watchtower. So Riga under siege. The bridge here is defended against Captain Eusebius. Once we've got that sorted out, we can really push against the capital. Pskov is going to absolutely obliterate these guys, but more troops on the way. And now we have Norse swordsmen here as well, by the way. Yeah. That's what we want to see. A little bit of money gives us a chance to refresh our forces. We can get more archers. Palanga's a new opportunity, by the way. They've got crossbowmen too. So yeah, we'll just get some of those retrained while we wait for more and more troops. Send them in this direction. There we go. More and more of our crossbows. So I think this is a good place to leave it for now. But yeah, next time, let's just get a load of those cavalry in into our army. But yeah, next time, hopefully, we're going to continue this push. Smash right into the corner of the map here against the Mongols. Try and gather some proper forces to take on Lithuania. And maybe we can just about finish off the Teutonic Order. I guess there's still Minsk way out of the way. But while no particular faction may go down next time, we're going to bloody the nose of pretty much all of them. Lithuania are not doing that well in general. They just have some of their strongest forces over here, and we're going to have to deal with them again. But you can join me for that next time. For now, I'll leave you. I'm Thomas. This is Teutonic Gaming, and this has been Teutonic Rebels campaign. Thank you, and bye-bye. Swing yourself around and do what all good aristocracy do and murder peasants. This is amazing. The rebel unit is actually taking part in the battle from the boat. These horses are potentially drowning themselves. Please don't drown yourself. One of them drowned themselves. Down to... down to none.